And as you well know, our Joy Clean Ghana campaign has been ongoing and the responses have been great. And talking about how we can keep our environment clean. We also do know that there is an environmental campaign that was launched back in 2018, subsequently relaunched with a better scope last year with the Church of Pentecost. Now, I do have the coordinator of the environmental care campaign for the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Samuel Gakbato. And he's also the area head of, where are you area head, sir?
Kuma.
Ablekuma,
Yes.
Church of Pentecost.
That's right.
And we also do have here Mohammed Fauzan. He is a personal assistant to the Saki Zongo of Duman. And thank you very much, Fauzan.
Thank you.
Great to have you. And
Right,
and I see that you have brought in Fauzan for this conversation, but it's also because you've now reached out to more people.
Yeah, so the reason why Fauzan is here is because this year's campaign has been more focused on stakeholder engagement. We think that the environmental care campaign is not just an individual responsibility. So we think that we will need to bring in more hands. And we stretch out our hands to our brothers. And because I oversee the area of Anyablekuma, where Uduman falls part, he has been a very strong voice on the national team.
Now, tell me about the care campaign and the stakeholders you have on board that so far have broadened and consolidated your efforts.
Right. So the environmental care campaign is one of the corporate social responsibility of the Church of Pentecost. As a church, we are a very progressive church. We strongly believe that we must be relevant to our society, and more so, we must also be responsible to God, who has given us stewardship over the earth. So it's a campaign that's captured in that Vision 2023, a 5-year vision of our chairman, Apostle Eric Nyameche, and the Executive Council. The goal is to engage all Ghanaians, beginning with our church members, to begin with thinking about our attitude towards the environment and how we can collectively take care of the environment, seeing it as God's property, for which we must be good stewards of that property. And then that was launched in the year 2018 by our chairman. And then we rolled it out in 2019. 2019, it was more like the Church of Pentecost just leading it. And we had a few challenges. So 2020, we've changed the strategy. The strategy is to broaden the stakeholders, to bring in chiefs, to bring in our Muslim community brothers, to bring in GPRTU, station masters, schools, and all of that.
Now, Fauzan, if you look at the initiative so far, how is your community going to contribute to the care campaign, the education care campaign?
Thank you very much, Mr. Presenter. My community, especially Zongo Duma, as we all know, has embraced the program, and moreover, the youth in the community, the chiefs, as my campaign manager said, the chiefs and the people in the Zongo have all embraced the program, because we have seen filth is a dangerous aspect in life. It can kill all of us. We can imagine the outbreak of that very dangerous disease in China. You see how they are very busy tackling that very program. The same thing, Oduma, Zongo, and the surrounding areas too. We have more.
So usually what do you do?
Usually we are into the community. Some of us are not working. Some of us are working. Those who are working used to go outside the community to go to their workplaces. But those in the community, we are the people staying there. If they do the filth, they leave it for us. So for that matter, as this message came out, Sarki Zongo, Duma, Suleiman, Mandi, and the whole entire community embraced the program for us to fight against all those filth and whatever the community is facing. At the moment, if you get to Oduma, from Isakina, Oduma, Manhia, Block Factory to Ablekuma, you see the gutters full of waste materials, which should be cleared out.
So what would they be doing then?
All right.
And these are inclusive initiative now.
Okay. So what is happening is that from today is 24th all the way to 29th, is the week of massive engagements. So we are moving from school to schools. We are educating our students. We are moving to the marketplaces, educating the market women. We are moving to the streets, educating all of them. That littering and these, indiscriminate throwing of dirt and all of that is inappropriate. But on 29th, we're going to do a massive cleanup of the entire community. And this is entire Ghana. This is a COP nationwide. Everywhere we are leading together with the stakeholders to do a cleanup. So it is doing the cleanups that we will together with all of them. And they are moving with us in the education. On Friday, we're going to the mosques to educate our brothers there. On Sunday, they come to the church to educate our people there. We think that doing the two-fork approach would really be helpful. But it's not just going to end on 29th. It's a year-long action plan. And the good thing is that the action plan is not drawn by the COP. It's drawn by a collective community. So the chief is seated, the traditional rulers are seated, and together with all of us, we have drawn the action plan we want to roll out. Now, what is going to happen is that on the 7th, on the 13th of March in Oduman, we're going to have a community deba where the chiefs are going to tell all the community people the decisions we have taken regarding our environment. And that is going to be binding on every community member within the community. Now, that for me is good news, because what is going to happen is that in Oduman, for example, the chief himself has drawn out or has formed a task force, for that matter, a task force, a community task force that is made up of all other churches and all other groups here and there. And they are going to be responsible for making sure that the actions we have decided on will continue throughout the week.
So what is your commitment now, Fauzan?
Our commitment now is today, Monday, we have started distributing letters to schools. We have started distributing letters to all the communities. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll go to the marketplaces and tell the market women and station masters. That will be on Wednesday, tipper truck station, truck station, taxi station, Okada station, whoever staying there. There's those selling at the roadside, the containers and the marketplaces will be going there on Wednesday to give them information that on Saturday, that is on 29th of this very month, all of us will come out and help to clear that filth in the community. On going forward, that's on Thursday, after distributing the letters, giving information and whoever to the churches, to the clinic and polyclinic and whatever, we'll come and find out whatever we sent out, how far have you gone with it. If it's possible, positive, then we'll move forward. If there's any hinges, then we'll correct it. Then on Friday, we'll get to the mosques, give the message to all the mosques, whereby there's Juma and whatever, so that they will understand whatever we intend doing. Then Saturday.
Great one. That's what we call monitoring and evaluation. It's a great, well compacted, and I know that Zoom Lion is also on top of this, collaborating with you on
Exactly.
this. Well,
exactly.
Thank you. And it's the environmental care campaign. I tell you, the Church of Pentecost doing great work, and with support of, let's say, Zoom Lion and a number of the agencies around there. They are now enrolling communities. We have churches, we also have schools, we have mosques, and we have clinics, all in communities involved. Thank you very much. Well, next we have to move on to showbiz, but my guests have been Apostle Samuel Gakpeto, Coordinator, Environmental Care Campaign, the Church of Pentecost, and Mohammed Fauzan. He is with the Saki Zongo office of Uduman. Thank you very much.
Sarki Suleiman Mandi.
Shukran. Well, we have to take a break. When we come back, entertainment right here for you.